Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and you've got to love this, right? XRP holders were protesting outside the headquarters of the SEC earlier today. And so this has been picked up by crypto media. It's been widely distributed through the XRP community on social media, as well as pretty much anybody else on social media that's interested in crypto. So it's interesting to see how many people are talking about this. I think this is fantastic. Anytime somebody is willing to like stand up to a bully like this, look, because I'll tell you what, anytime somebody wants to take action when they are wronged, as long as you're operating within the confines of what is legal, I say go for it. Make your voices heard. I think this is fantastic. And so it was a small group, but hey, you got to start somewhere, do you not? I think this is the cool stuff here, so I'm going to highlight that. And also, since we're talking about the SEC, I'll be also talking about how Chair Gensler, the brand spanking new SEC chair, is showing no signs of changing the approach that the SEC was taking under the previous SEC chair, Jay Clayton. But before we go any further, I do want to be clear that I do not have a legal or financial background of any kind. I am not offering legal or financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just a simple little Moon Lambo doing Moon Lambo things, making YouTube videos all about Ripple and XRP and crypto, but that is all that's going on here. And so let's dig into this. This is the headline from You Today. Stop the war on crypto. XRP Army stages protest outside SEC headquarters. XRP holders gathered outside the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission headquarters in Washington, D.C. on Friday to protest the agency's lawsuit against distributed ledger technology company Ripple. They are demanding that the regulator stop its war on crypto and investigate former chairman Jay Clayton's alleged conflict of interest. Alleged. At a minimum, the optics are bad, but if I don't want to rehash it for this video, but my gosh, between what Jay Clayton and William Hinman have done, if there's not something else going on there, what a stroke of really crazy coincidences that really benefited you. Oh, okay. Anyway, the demonstrators are holding signs with such messages as "Stop Crypto Hypocrisy," "Cryptocurrency is not a crime," and "XRP for life." And so this is put together by somebody named Andrew H. You can see here on Twitter. Bank XRP, a pretty well-known member of the XRP community, shared some of this and retweeted some pictures from Andrew's Twitter account and wrote, "XRP fans hit the Capitol to protest against what they feel are false accusations against Ripple and XRP, asking to investigate Jay Clayton." Here's attorney John Deaton also retweeting what Andrew shared on Twitter earlier and wrote, "Ordinary people making an extraordinary difference. Peaceful and organized protest and demonstration is rooted in the American way." Yes, and by the way, since he said peaceful there, kudos to you for not flipping over any cars. I like that. I don't see anything lit on fire. This is fantastic. Good stuff. This is the way to do it. If you're going to do it, if you're going to protest, don't flip over cars. Don't let stuff on fire. Right? And then here was a retweet from the picture that Andrew H. shared from attorney Jeremy Hogan, who also approves of this. Shout out to Andrew H. for exercising his First Amendment rights down at the big old SEC. And then somebody named Curbstone responded to that. XRP Army, 10 people. And you can see here in the pictures, there are just 10 people, or maybe 11 if you count whoever is taking this picture. Although it could have been a passerby, who knows. People ask strangers to take pictures. So, do you ever worry somebody's going to run away with your phone when you do that? I don't know. Okay, maybe it's just me. Anyway, but Jeremy Hogan responded to that and wrote, "All movements start with just 2 people." And so, it is true. Like, you do have to start somewhere. It's not easy. Try putting something like this together, see how many people you can get. It's difficult. So I think it's to be applauded, seriously. And they're being respectful. They're being peaceful. In my book, this is fantastic. But not everybody sees it that way. People that don't like Ripple and don't like XRP want to mock these people exercising their First Amendment rights here. including Tone Vase. Oh my god, this guy. What a piece of work here. 239 followers on Twitter, and he took one of these pictures and he tweeted out the following. He wrote, "This is so sad. The XRP brainwashing via money printing is strong with this one." So I'm assuming that he's talking about XRP being printed as if it's the United States dollar being debased. That's my best guess. He likes to use the term brainwashing and XRP together all the time, when he, quite frankly, because I've talked about him a few times on the channel, he is either ignorant, as in not knowing, as in he literally, the definition of ignorant, not knowing, or he's intentionally deceiving people and misleading them. And at this point, he's I think it's the latter. Right? Like I wouldn't say that of everybody. In his case, though, I've seen him confronted with actual facts. He hears these facts and then he pretends that he did not hear them. And so it's just, what can you say here? I mean, you look at the type of stuff he said about XRP, including this article. I don't really want to run through the whole thing, but I'll highlight a couple things. It's from Bitcoinist.com, and it's titled, what did they tell us? What Tone Vase hates most about Ripple's XRP token. And then he writes here, it has no utility. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. If it has no utility, if you could please inform Ripple's dozens of customers that use it literally every single day to move currency around the planet, if you could go ahead and explain to those Ripple customers that they're not actually getting any benefit out of it, they're just tricked, they're bamboozled, they just think that they're getting... If you could just let them know, Tone, they would really appreciate it. Then he writes here, the XRP is not decentralized. Of course, there's no central point of failure. XRP ledger is arguably more decentralized than Bitcoin. Ripple doesn't have any special permissions over it. But this is the type of nonsense that you get from people like this. And so he's effectively laughing at these people that are just being trampled on by the SEC and calling them brainwashed. It's insulting and it's not necessary, but this is the approach that he's taking here. Here's another individual, Haley Lennon. I came across this. She's an attorney, partner at Anderson Kill Law. And I saw somebody else from her law firm talking about the lawsuit, and they're just making it, was months ago, it may have been January or February, but they're just making it out to like, this is not going to be good for Ripple, it's not going well. Well, that's not what it looks like to this point. And he had some interesting takes. He's one of the few lawyers that I was able to find that was more so on the side of the SEC. So it seemed from my perspective anyway. And so this individual happens to be at the same law firm. So I saw that and I was like, okay, well, I guess they're buddies, right? You know, friends working at the same damn firms. Same damn firm. And so she wrote, she's laughing at you. So she's laughing at these individuals. I find it disgusting. But because it's as if these people don't understand that it's not just XRP that's under attack. It's the whole damn crypto asset class in the United States. And so you're sitting here laughing at these people. You should be supporting and applauding this Haley Lennon and everybody else that's being a child about this. And so here's what Haley wrote. A friend just sent me this and oh my effing God. And then she's got, and I censored that. She did use the actual F-bomb. And then she's got the little laughy emoji laughing at them. Pretty repulsive here. And so she's not a fan of Ripple and XRP. I mean, looking at some other stuff she's seen here. Critiquing, you know, a headline where they're talking about something from David Schwartz, who, of course, is a Ripple CTO and co-creator of the XRP ledger. There was an article from CoinDesk titled, Ripple CTO, all evidence suggests XRP and Bitcoin are similar. And in some ways they are. And specifically what was being discussed there is that the market believes that Bitcoin and XRP are similar, and he was stating that they agree with that the market is perceiving them as the same in terms of price action. And that's true, like the whole market moves in tandem. Now, obviously, if you're talking about in the case of like how each cryptocurrency is utilized, vastly different. Like, of course, everyone at Ripple, including David, is aware of this. But Haley saw this and wrote, so XRP is different than Bitcoin for marketing purposes, but similar to Bitcoin for SEC analysis. Got it. So she's being completely sarcastic, but this is what we're working with. And there were even worse things on Twitter that I did not highlight. But I just wanted to share a few just so you can kind of get the feel for the people that are the Bitcoin maximalists out there, or even if they're not maximalists, just the straight up Ripple haters and the XRP haters. It's very tribal. It's really very tribal, and this is to be frowned upon. I'm not a maximalist of any coin. I like XRP. It's my favorite cryptocurrency, my largest holding. But it's not my only one, and I don't think there's only going to be one coin to rule them all. But some of these people just don't get the broader implications of what's going on. They should absolutely be applauding what's going on here. And then there's this article from Crypto Newsflash. SEC Chairman Gary Gensler says DeFi poses risks to crypto investors. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has said that decentralized finance, or DeFi for short, poses various risks to crypto investors. SEC Chairman Gary Gensler talked about the challenges of DeFi while speaking before the House Appropriations Committee on the 26th of May. Gensler mentioned his concern about the high volatility across the crypto market. And so, yeah, he's expressed a number of concerns, but he's just out to protect you. Do you guys happen to remember, some of you may have seen it in a recent video, I covered this article. SEC Chair Gary Gensler warns there are non-compliant crypto tokens. Tell me which ones are compliant, and how, if they're not compliant, how do they become compliant? Is there a path forward here, Gary Gensler? Because I've not seen anything like that. I've seen about how you've made it very clear that you don't think you're regulating enough. In fact, take a look at this. During an oversight hearing held by the House Committee on Appropriations, Gary Gensler, the chairman of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, told Democratic Congressman Mike Quigley that there are many cryptocurrencies that fall under the federal securities law. And here's a quote. "You are right to say that there are many crypto tokens that do come under the securities laws, and our agency is trying to enforce the law. But there's thousands of tokens, and we've only been able to bring 75 actions. And there are others currently that are non-compliant." There you go. Only 75. Okay. So this is what he's like, oh my gosh, we are just not attacking all these entrepreneurs enough. We wish we could attack them even more. And we're just going to continue to not provide a path forward. There is no, because think about this. By the nature, any cryptocurrency at its inception is not particularly decentralized. An ecosystem needs to get built out. So if you want to attack everything, because mind you, this is a key point. If something is centralized, much more likely to be a security because there's a central entity that you can target to, right? I think about the Howey test, right? But if you're not going to give any cryptocurrency a chance to blossom and become sufficiently decentralized, then what you're saying is we don't want cryptocurrencies in the United States, we at the SEC. That's effectively the message that they're stating here. Now, in the case of Ripple, it's sufficiently more decentralized than it was, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, so on and so forth. But you can imagine, like, where would XRP be today if the SEC had come after it inside of like the first few months of it existing? Because there was no path forward, and there still is no path forward. It's just crypto was so small back then that nobody was taking actions against them. But the arguments that they're making against Ripple, it was true of Ethereum, even if they're pretending that it isn't, and they are pretending that it's not the case, they're pretending it's not similar. But every cryptocurrency is centralized in the very beginning. It just is. My gosh. I mean, you can even think back to Bitcoin. Who mined the first Bitcoin? Oh, Satoshi Nakamoto. That looks pretty centralized. One participant in an ecosystem. That looks pretty centralized. So if you really go back to the beginning, every single cryptocurrency at inception is centralized. And that is a factor, a core factor in determining whether or not something is a security. And there is no path forward, according to the SEC. There is no path forward. Thanks for nothing. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.